let it bang, bang.
Now to implement the bubble sort, open IDLE, and here you can write save a new file with the name bubble sort.py. You can give extension or not, it will automatically update it. Save it in a desktop. So let's see how the code works. uh, how the code works is, we have to first create a list. So inputting a list in a Python, what we can do with the input parameter, we can take the input, and now what we have to do, we have to strip it. The strip function does it, remove all the trailing spaces, and then we have to split it using the space bar. If you don't even give, it is by default separated by space. So now it is all strings, so you have to use map function in order to convert all these strings to the respective integers. The final step is to convert it to the list. So let's take a sample input, for example 132, and let's console it also, console.log my list. Now if we check it, the 1 and 3 and 2, okay, sorry, this console.log is a JavaScript function. We have to use print function for the Python. Now 1, 3 and 2, and now we receive a list. If we do not give these functions, for example, let's give another list. I'm giving it 2 spaces, and now 1, 3 and 2 and some spaces. If we do that, the strip function will remove these spaces and these spaces, and we receive the rest 132. Like this split function also works by splitting this from spaces. So this is about the input, taking input. Now let's just implement it quickly using the diagram. What we have to do here, we will first create a for loop to iterate over the elements. We are talking about here like 1 2 3 4, so we have to iterate it for I in range, and type length my list -1. Why -1 is here? If we here we have 5 elements, and now if we do not take -1 here, the loop will go on for 5 times, as loop starts from 0. So we have to give from -1 also to make it 4. So that's why it will come to 0 1 2 3. So we have 4 iterations like this, and after that we can go for the next inner loop, and we can type my list, and here what we have to do, it is for column access. So what we have to do in column, we have to iterate it n-1 time, because we will compare the last second with the final element, so we do not have to iterate it for all the 5 elements. And after that, each step we have to reduce one variable or I. So depending upon increasing value of y, we have to decrease it. So first we will do -1, and then we will do -I. So in this way our inner loop will be compiled successfully. Now we will do the swapping. Here we will do the swapping. So how we will swap, if the element would be greater than the corresponding element, the upcoming element, then we have to swap it. So what we have to do in this, we have to create a variable called swap, and and just store the value of this variable and assign this place some other value, the smaller value, and the forward place we have to provide the greater value. In this way our swapping is completed. Now our code will work successfully. uh, let's check it, and now at last we will print the list. Let's execute it. Let's start with some basic list like 1 3 2, and now we will see that okay, we have done some mistake here. Okay, so here we have to do the swap because this value is already changed. Now when we give 1 3 2, see it is sorted. And coming to our example, let's give it also 1 4 3 2 5. See it is sorted. Now why I took this example, it is to show that bubble sort has certain limitation. For example, our array got sorted here at the second iteration itself, but it will continue to sort it or to check it for multiple times. But overall it is quite good, so we use it. If we want to check all the implementation that it will take all the steps, then we can go another example like 5 4 3 2 1. Then it will execute completely like all these steps, and
Let it bang, bang.